Good afternoon and welcome to Today with Matt and Dave. This is our 8th show. I'm Matt Ricker.
And I'm Dave Horvath.
And it's great to be here on this 8th show that we have. We say it every week. We can't believe it's another week. The semester's just flying by.
They say time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. But we got a special show ahead. We're going to have a special guest come on a little later in the show. We won't reveal who it is yet.
You have to just wait and find out, and if you don't want to wait, well then, it sucks for you.
So we're looking forward to that. We're trying out a little different format. But first, as always, I'll have your national news. So the first headline I have today is Vice President Biden he's been in our headlines the past few weeks.
He's been in headlines since day one.
Like last month.
Do we finally have what he's going to do, Matt? Yes,
yeah,
no?
He finally made a decision. He's not expected to run in 2016.
Boo.
This was a shocking announcement, both for Republicans and Democrats alike. And this also ends a period of remarkably public agonizing and clearing the biggest potential obstacles to Hillary Clinton's path to the Democratic nomination in 2016, according to the New York Times. He announced this yesterday in the Rose Garden of the White House with President Obama and his wife, Dr. Joe Biden, at his side. Mr. Biden mentioned that he and his family had overcome the grief of his death of his elder son from a few months ago to deal with the rigors of the campaign. He said, quote, "Unfortunately, I believe we're out of time, the time necessary to mount a winning campaign for the nomination," end quote. It was just bad timing, and looking at when the deadlines were to file coming up, it just was not worth it. I mean, they would have to raise all that money. They would have to get the super PACs and support from top donors in order to make it a successful run. So, I mean, in my opinion, I believe Vice President Biden made the right decision, especially with the death of his son being such a fresh wound to himself, and his family. So, I think... what do you think?
I mean, honestly, doesn't come as a surprise, but that's when you just told me that it came to a shock to the Republicans and Democrats. I don't know, Matt, maybe just because me and you talk about it every week, but this has gone on at least, I could say, 4 or 5 weeks we've mentioned about how we're still waiting to hear.
Yeah.
After, week 2, I was like, this guy's not going to run. It's not going to be worth it. It's going to just be a waste of time, money, and energy.
I agree. I mean, it's... As we all know, I mean, we haven't run for president, but...
it takes time and money, and you could tell it's not an easy thing to do. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
I agree, and, the thing that just makes me, a little annoyed and angry is that all that money that they raise for these campaigns, billions and billions of dollars, and it's going to just, attack ads and stuff when you could be feeding people on the streets.
Oh, don't get me started on that, Matt. I agree 110%. People, it's like to run for president is just to point out everyone else's faults. It's just human nature. We like to we feel insecure. Or we feel like we need only way for us to be successful is to point out other people's issues. Doesn't matter what they did, they get berated, and it's. People got to realize, the media's got to realize, too, the media is horrendous to everyone. The media looks at these people, and it's like, they have to remember, they're human. They're meant to mess up and make mistakes. If they were perfect...
And, the thing is, a good point about what you said with the media. I mean, if the media isn't on your side, you're in trouble.
Oh, you're not you have no absolute shot at all. If the media hates you, you could be the greatest candidate. Just going keeping it with the presidential candidacy. You could be the best candidate. You could have the ideas and really want to change the country, change the world. And maybe if you were in power, all this good change would happen. But if the media hates you, you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get any support, any bids. You're not going to get FaceTime. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, another thing, this is, I mean, a topic for a whole nother debate, but if you take Hillary Clinton, for an example, and this email and Benghazi scandal, like, look at what the media, like, it's a continuous cycle on bringing up her emails and her, the whole Benghazi controversy. And actually, that leads to our second headline that she's testifying in front of the Select Committee on Benghazi today. So anyway, her poll numbers have dropped, within recent weeks because of people's lack of trust for her and people's,
But the lack of trust is it's well deserved for these people. Listen, I know Master personally, but if you know the story of Benghazi, they won't. But if it was my opinion, I'd say throw her in jail after what she did. The amount of legal activities, honestly, and it's not just her. What these politicians across the board, everywhere, every country, the legal things they do. If me or you did them, we'd be thrown in jail and locked up for 17 life sentences, and then another 1,000 years on top of it just because. We'd be if we were in a state that did the death penalty, we get the death penalty. Like all these politicians are just, it's terrible. But actually, Matt, I want to go back just real quick to your point.
Sure.
In mentioning about Biden not running now. He looks like the only obstacle in Hillary's way. Honestly, I think this may be a blessing in disguise for someone like Bernie Sanders. Because now maybe those people who were not Hillary going to go Biden, I think they're going to go Sanders. I've listened to Bernie Sanders, and I know he's actually, isn't he an independent?
He's he's the independent senator for Vermont, and he's running though I believe as a Democrat though.
As a Democrat, but if you listen to him talk, he does not sound like a Democrat.
No,
not one bit.
No, he's very different.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing is then that's why I think my vote, like I've said for a while, I think if you give him time, I think he's gonna end up taking that nomination from Hillary with everything. I know she's got momentum. People are gonna want to vote first female, so like their first female, whatever. I think Bernie Sanders has got enormous upside, and this with Biden stepping down may only help bolster his candidacy. I'll have to see though.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of hoping that Biden would run to kind of shake things up a bit in the field, make it more competitive and everything. But at the same time, I'm glad that he stepped back and thought about what was best for him and to see what's in.
And the minute he
interest.
runs, that's just comes stress on you.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about it, Matt, before. I know on the side. The number one killer out there is not a disease; it is called stress. You could look at any picture. Look at the presidency. Look at Obama. I saw a photo probably a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks maybe. This photo of Obama when he first came into presidency in 2008.
Yeah.
In him now. It's like a different man.
Yeah,
Different man, but the whole family. I get his kids grew up, but you could even see on Michelle somewhat. It looks like there's stress. It's a job that
never
growing
ends.
up. Oh yeah, never ends. And let's be real. When you grow up, little kids, what do you want to be? I want to be a president or something like that. People say it, but there's a very few that could actually do that job. And that's why I give anyone. If I was offered to be president right now, I'd be like, no. No.
I mean, like, even if I had enough votes and everything, say I was, older and running for president, even if I had enough votes and I had the nomination, I'm not sure that I would want that job.
That's so much stress.
Yeah.
You have 360 million people in the United States, plus the entire world. Remember, we're the United States, so we are not just involved in us, but we're involved in every other country in the world, and, maybe on 6 other planets for all we know. We're worrying about all these other people. It's not just you. It's literally you have to oversee the lives of billions. It's not just millions.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big job, and we need someone who is gonna work in the best interests for this country.
Mm-hmm.
So, moving on to our next headline now, some more sad, devastating news, but an NYPD officer was shot in East Harlem on Tuesday. Officer Randolph Holder was just in his 30s and was a 5-year veteran of the force and was shot and killed Tuesday, shot in the head while pursuing a robbery suspect. The suspect was then arrested, and according to 7online.com, the man being charged with this crime had a lengthy arrest record and will be presented to a grand jury on Friday and Monday, authorities said. The suspect is accused of stealing a bike and fatally shooting Officer Randolph Holder and was arraigned late Wednesday in Manhattan Criminal Court. No plea was entered, and he is being charged with first-degree murder and robbery. He is being held without bail. I think it's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate, especially when police officers are killed. This is the fourth killing in, I believe, 11 months. If we remember, almost 11 months ago, there were those other few
Three
officers that were
officers.
killed, and it's just it has to stop the violence. I mean,
Police lives matter too.
yeah,
No one is running out there now saying, look at this officer. I don't really know the story much, but I guess my question would be, he didn't go shoot the guy. He did he shoot the guy?
no, I think he did. I'm
Well, I
not
mean,
I'm not sure actually, but he was chasing him on foot.
exactly. So
Yeah,
it's one of those things, they yell, "Oh, police brutality, police brutality." I'm not saying there isn't police brutality out there, because there is.
yeah.
There is. I've seen many things that police officers step beyond their marks, but at this point, this guy was doing his job,
Mhm.
staying within lines, and he just lost his life. And you don't hear people yelling about police lives matter.
I agree. I mean, it's so sad, and he'll be laid to rest next week. So our thoughts and prayers go out to the family.
Yes.
Moving on now to campus news. We have just a few headlines. Hospitality suppers being served at 5:30 p.m. at Montgomery House. We mention it every week. So for those of you on campus, do go there. It's being sponsored by the Residence Hall Association on campus. So feel free to go stop on by for some free food.
Free food. Free. Understand. I tell you right now, personal experience, I'm running out of money on campus. If anyone wants to give me their meal cards, much appreciated. But
Um, but our next headline is the debut of You Can't Take It With You begins tonight, and it's being run by the Iona Players, the school's acting club, and it's in Dorley Auditorium at 7 p.m. today, tomorrow, Saturday, and then Sunday at 2 p.m.
I really recommend it because this one is done just solely by Iona students. It's directed by Iona students. It's everything by Iona students. And I've had the I guess I don't know the word, but I've had the privilege to see them practice for the last 3 weeks, and it looks really good. The kids are having a really fun time with it. You can just tell they're really loose on stage. It's one of those, instead of having a director who tells you every step and movement, they're very free flowing, and it looks like it's gonna be really good. So I recommend, if you got nothing to do, definitely go give them a shot. Go give them a chance to see it.
Also, another announcement is there are no tours and info sessions this coming weekend, and then as well as next weekend because it's Halloween. But it's because on Sunday, November 8th, we have our annual open house. So that's a big event. That's from like 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And there'll be tours, a financial aid workshop, a student life fair. So feel free to sign up for that. For those of you who are prospective students, you just go to ionaevents.org and register there. And then after open house is finished, that's Sunday, November 8th. Then on Wednesday, November 11th, on Veterans Day, most of the schools are closed then. We'll be having tours and info sessions. The first one is being held at a 10 a.m. info session, followed by a 10:30 a.m. tour, and then a 12 p.m. info session, followed by a 12:30 p.m. Campus tour. Sorry about that. And see the campus, see what it's like, and then finally on November 21st, that is our final Saturday info session for the month of November. That's the only one actually in November, and so feel free to sign up. Just go to ionaevents.org and you're good to go.
And maybe you'll
hope
get a
to
tour
see you
by
on campus.
maybe you'll get a tour by the one and only Matt Ricker. He's the greatest tour guide that's ever walked Iona. And I know, Matt, when you told me no tour guides, I was like, oh, no tours. I was like, what? Wait, 2 weekends without a tour?
Yeah.
That's 2 weeks Matt gets off. So Matt's jumping for joy right now. People that aren't watching, Matt is like, yay, yippee ki yay! I get the 2 weekends off.
But on the, some good news, we do offer tours and info sessions every day. One at 9:30 a.m. info session, followed by a 10 a.m. tour, and then a 1:30 info session, followed by a 2 p.m. tour. So you may be able to see me then. But till then, keep signing up for tours, and I hope to see you on my tour when I give them. So. Um, all right, so that's all for news for now.
Take a little break and we'll be right back.
Sounds good.